I really hope this works because today we have a special guest, my husband.
Hello.
You guys are actually going to get to hear him speak.
Mhm.
We are getting ready for a party. The party is going to start in what, an hour?
Yep.
Okay,
Two.
so 2 hours. Okay, so we're about to start 2 hours from now. And today was prep, a lot of prep. We actually, the prep has been going on for a while. We've gotten pretty
We
good
got
at
a kit.
this. Yeah,
We got like a murder kit,
yeah,
except it's for
for parties.
yeah.
Okay, so we in our kit, what do we have?
Um, Shower curtains, disposable cheap ones to go under the mattresses, so the liquids that leak don't go into the mattress and you get fined.
Very important.
We got a couple of Bluetooth speakers, one for each room. We found fancy ones that link together, so you don't have to have two cell phones to power the two speakers. Lube,
Lots of lube.
lots of lube,
We got 2 giant bottles because
industrial lube.
the little bottles tend to walk away, but the
Yeah.
big bottles don't.
Yeah.
So we have, and then we have condoms, and then we also have the lights.
Yes, so those were good to find, the black lights.
We found a set of 4 black lights.
Everybody looks better in black lights.
Everything glows better.
Yes.
What also in there we have trash bags because it's very important. Clean up after yourselves.
We bring extra towels
Extra towels for
because
sure.
the hotel towels run out quickly and you want to have padding between you and the mattress.
Exactly. But all in all, I think that's, we just bought some things to go in it. We bought the wipes.
Yeah.
So that we could do so that people could do a quick, easy cleanup in between.
Yeah.
But so far, we brought some snacks and stuff, but
Yeah.
And now we're here and we're all set up, and we had a pre-typed message that we sent out to every one of our attendees.
Yeah.
That basically went over where the party was, the room number of the party, and all of the rules for the party.
Yes.
It just made it a little bit more efficient.
Copy and paste.
Copy and paste, copy and paste. So we are expecting,
Should be a pretty heavy turnout, 28 to 34 people,
depending.
depending if everybody shows that actually confirmed.
Nice.
So we should have a good turnout. 8 women to, what is that, 22 to 24 men.
Yeah.
So that should be good. We have a special suite that we're holding it at. That's like a 2-room suite with a kitchen.
Yes. It's got a living room, dining room, kitchen area, so that there's a place where people don't have to play or they're not in the play. There are 2 bathrooms and a total of 3 beds. In worst case scenario, the the sofa pulls out into a bed as well. So if things get really wild,
Go over the edge.
exactly. Because that's the best part about being a girl. You can just bend over something. So, everybody has a few questions that they kind of want to know from you.
Okay.
How long did it take you to convince me to do this?
Like 1 minute.
Oh no, we talked about it for a while before I finally agreed.
Several
months, right?
several months where we were talking seriously about it.
Mm-hmm.
Where I actually expressed my actual fantasy versus the play we were doing and the fact that it could be real.
Mm.
And then basically went from there. And it was a couple months of saying this is what I want and disbelief and
Well, skepticism.
Yeah.
Let's not say disbelief. Let's just say skepticism.
Okay.
Okay. So what has been your takeaway from all of this? What has been the highlights for you?
All of it, honestly. Um, it's extremely exciting. It's something I didn't even know I would like the way I liked it. Um, when we had dabbled before at parties, like um, it, I was more scared, and with my newfound "we only live once" thing,
Mm-hmm.
I kind of let down my guard and just embraced it, and um, and it's been great. So um, I think that you're getting um, in a just sexual way very satisfied and getting to have a lot of fun and adventures. It's I'm getting satisfied. I still get to have all the same amount of time that we've always had and made for each other.
Mm-hmm.
Um, our fantasies, even though we're out actually living a lot of them, we still have fantasies in bed every time we talk. Nothing has gotten more boring or, oh, I'm just having sex with you this time or anything like that. All the things that I was always afraid of is has not been.
Yeah.
And
As a matter of fact, I think our sex has gotten better
yeah,
because we talk so much more
absolutely.
and we say things so much more boldly.
Yeah. It
Then
was
we
always hooded before. It
Yeah.
was
So
always
it's like,
part of the fantasy. You don't want to turn anybody off.
mm-hmm.
Um, so that's always been, in parts of sex for both of us.
Right.
You had a lot of things you were into that for a long time I didn't have any idea, and this was not even in the realm of a possibility for a long time.
Exactly.
Even when we went, to the club or to the hotel takeover party and things like that, it still was just the slightest little dabble, and we would message somebody and then giggle, 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 and then
And then nothing happened.
yeah, and then my side backed out of it, and then I voiced concerns, and you ran away once I voiced any concern at all
Exactly.
the last time, because it wasn't worth the relationship to do this versus lose a marriage and family and the whole deal. So, but now that we've kind of gone back and my life changes and my position in life have changed, that was what, 15 years ago,
Yeah.
almost.
It was, yeah, it
We
was
were in
2007.
late 30s, I think, and it's a lot different now that I'm in my 50s and you're at least that. But it's a lot different. It's a lot different. Have a different perspective in life that we've done the just get along to get the kids through, and you don't want to make waves or do anything too risque.
Mm-hmm.
And we did all that. The kids have grown and moved out, and eventually they'll stop using all our money. And but they've moved and became adults, and so that allowed us to have our adult time.
Mm-hmm.
And
Much
I
more
think we're going in full force, and it's been great. It's been great.
I
And
agree.
it doesn't mean we don't have issues,
That's true.
but we work through them and go from there. And we always have said that no matter what, there is an absolute stop button to the whole of this. And it would go away in a moment's notice if it meant the relationship. And that's, at least until we settle our relationship issues at that point, it would be full stop. And with that comfort mixed with, you only live once, um, I think it's gone well.
And we've taken a couple of breaks.
Yeah.
Like, not long breaks. I mean, a couple of months here, a month there.
Yeah.
But we took those breaks for the health of our marriage, for the health of ourselves.
Yeah. For the physical health.
For the physical health.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a big
we've
one.
had things. It's just part of life. So
Exactly.
we've
And
but
also,
it's still the fantasy. I mean, it is not a lie. The only porn that I've watched in probably over a year now has been porn of you.
Oh,
Um, that's what that's what I masturbate to. That's what is my fantasy is what's happening. So, um, and get to watch that back and all that. It's been. I mean, obviously, I'm getting a lot out of it,
Mm.
and I believe you are as well.
I
So,
am.
yeah,
And the other thing that this has really done for us is it's gotten us out of a rut. Because for a
absolutely.
very long time, the only thing we ever did was sit on the couch and watch
Yeah.
TV.
This is part two of the whole thing is, um, I made a conscious decision that I was tired of
Being tired.
what we were doing. Yeah,
Mhm.
we stayed home. We really dedicated ourselves to
Raising children.
raising children and doing all that bullshit and neglected ourselves.
Absolutely. And our relationship.
Our relationship did pretty well,
It did.
but I mean, it was definitely with accommodation for each other in a lot of ways,
Mhm.
to make the peace and keep the peace. And
Well,
we
we
still
have
had a
trust.
pretty good relationship.
We
I
did.
mean, we still were sexually active and like to see each other generally.
Sure.
But we just didn't go out. We just didn't go out
Yeah.
at all.
And we didn't foster a lot of you and me time.
Yeah.
We fostered a lot of together time, but it
Yeah.
wasn't you and me time.
Yeah, absolutely.
So ever since the adjustment in your attitude and your only live once philosophy, we have become more, we've become more of a team, I feel like. I feel like we really listen to one another and really hear each other.
Mhm.
And there are still conflicts, obviously, because
course.
it's a freaking marriage, not a
Yeah. This isn't a cartoon.
exactly
Real.
real. And I love the fact that our relationship has bloomed in such a way that we are experiencing new things and finding new ways to be together and finding new ways to connect.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
We are discussing traveling because I would really love to travel and maybe find some lifestyle things outside of our
Absolutely.
area.
Yeah.
Looking at resorts and looking at, you know, clubs that maybe we could go to for a guest night or something like
Yeah.
that.
We're looking for hotel takeovers.
Hotel takeovers.
Um,
I'm so excited about, there's one coming up in February that
Yeah.
we're actually signed up for. And I'm
Absolutely.
very excited to find out how that's going to go.
Yeah.
Because that would be amazing.
Absolutely. We could find those up and down the eastern seaboard
Mm-hmm.
once a month or once every other month.
Mm-hmm.
Hit 6 a year if we can find them. I like that idea because although um, I'm a voyeur, I'm more on the stag side. And even though we were not going to play, it's still a very energized area in the ones we went to in the past.
Oh, absolutely.
Because everybody gets to kind of let their hair down. You don't have to worry about driving home. You don't have
Mm-hmm.
everybody there is full of sexual energy.
Absolutely.
And it's not packed in a hotel room. And I I really think it'll be another level for me.
Absolutely.
So I'm kind of excited about that.
I'm so excited about it too.
Yeah.
I'd love to see, like, I'm so curious about how it all works. And I'm so curious about how people find their way into the lifestyle. I mean, I know how we found our way into the lifestyle, but I find it very interesting how other people get
Yeah.
into the lifestyle, and especially people who don't play together with their partner.
Yeah.
Um,
That's been kind of
that's
a new
been
thing
kind
we've
of
been
an,
seeing.
yeah, kind of popular though.
Yeah.
And so it's very interesting to me to figure out how did you get to this point together?
Yeah.
You know, it's very
We
interesting.
just talked about that the other day because there's so many angles to it. Because for us, we talked about the fact that I was okay with you playing before I got home from work or whatever the case was with
Mhm.
people that I know and am comfortable with. So it's not, you're safe and I have comfort in your safety because at the end of the day, that is
You're talking
in
about
this thing, that's my job. And it's something that I take seriously, that you're cared for. But if it's somebody that we're comfortable with, we were talking about that just the other day, or just yesterday,
Last
right?
night, yeah.
Last night, that
Mhm.
if you know, found somebody to play with and is somebody you were comfortable with and we're comfortable with, that's exciting to me. So, you know, we thought when we were first thinking, you know, kind of looking at that, we were like, well, that must be everybody's thing.
Mhm.
But we heard from the other person that was at the party the other night that they don't even talk about it at all.
Exactly.
I know it was, but it's really cool to see all the different people's perspectives and how they end up at the same place.
Exactly.
They end up at the same destination, but it just different ways to get there and different
Different
things
rules
float.
that are
Yeah,
important.
absolutely. And it just points out more that the rules are what it's all about at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
It's all about whatever your own family dynamic rules are,
Mhm.
within your relationship rules
Right.
to go in and play outside.
Mhm.
And the fact that even though they're rules that regular society think you're crazy to say you could fuck, you know, 10 guys tonight and I'm still good with it. But as long as that's our rule, it still fosters, I think, that same, um, we're a team.
Yeah. That's
So
contract.
if our marriage contract is, you know, one man, one woman with the lights off, you know,
Through a
missionary,
sheet.
then that's our rules.
That's our rules.
And as long as those rules are followed, they still have the same comfort as a team together. And if your rules are, you know, gang bangs are us, then let's do it. You know, because you follow the rules, I followed the rules, I did my part, you did your part, and we still have our time.
And the great thing about it is that our rules have adapted throughout time, throughout the course of our marriage.
Yeah.
Because when we were first married, it was all one man, one woman, not through a sheet, but you know, this was not even part of the vocabulary for us.
Yeah, it wasn't. It was, but we are a little bit spicier than
Mhm.
one man, one woman forever.
Absolutely.
You know, it's been,
Toys
you
and
know, it's been a lot of toys in our world.
a lot of toys in our
You know, over the years, it's been a lot of that.
Mm.
And I mean, the the excitement of toy shopping, most people don't even talk about it. But if you can toy shop together
Absolutely.
and show each other things, and holy shit, how is that gonna fit? And you know, I mean, those type of things, those conversations are extremely spicy.
Mm.
And I don't think we've ever toy shopped and not ended up going upstairs and, you know, fucking for 45 minutes. I don't think that's ever not been part of toy shopping.
Absolutely.
And then you have the use of the toys and the, you know, laying toys out for when somebody comes home and having them on the bed. You know, there's all sorts of things that just build in. So we started from there and we came a long way.
Absolutely.
We came a long way on that.
Yeah. But we're still heavily into toys.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nothing has changed. Like, I don't think our life has changed. It's just enhanced.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. It's our fantasies are a little bit spicier and specific because they're real.
And their names.
Yeah, these are their actual people's names, you know. And yeah, I mean those have been very good additives, and that's what this is all supposed to be, is an enhancement of your relationship. This is supposed to be a sweetener, like you say.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a bag of sugar. So far, that's what it's been.
Yeah. So that it's been incredible. I agree. All right. So what are the things that you have found to be not as good as you expected them to be? The
Well,
messaging.
yeah, trying not to have dead air. I I haven't found any of it actually off-putting. When we first started figuring out the way we do things,
Mm-hmm.
there were some rough times with flakes and fakes,
Happen.
Yeah, like I mean, there was some tough times with that, but it was just us learning our own game.
Absolutely.
I mean, you had your first single, by yourself date that kind of kicked it off, which started from a session in the spa.
Right.
Where you said, I can make it happen, and us talking about the fantasy and you saying, I can really make it happen. And you did. It went from that, and we played down at the Glory Holes, and
And that became
I
very
mean, that was a thing, but then we evolved into, we didn't like it that much.
right.
But that was the first time you had somebody actually penetrate you in front of me, which we were very concerned about.
Right.
As a myself individually was very concerned about. This has all been very scary, but just more of I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna try it.
Right.
Tired of holding back. But it was very scary. I mean, for any guys that are sitting there now, like, what if I think negatively of her after, and okay, great, it was sexy, but what if I don't feel good about being with this person after? For us, it worked, but it's definitely a real thing. It's definitely a feeling. But we went and experienced it, and it was amazing. I think that's a phenomenal way to kind of break the ice. Is that type of glory hole situation?
Absolutely, because it shows. It started off very just my mouth, very much just.
Absolutely.
He watched me give blowjobs for.
Yeah,
It was like
through the glory holes. We did that
it
like
was
two trips.
2 times, and then the third trip,
And
I
then
think.
that was the theater.
Yeah.
Remember we went on the couch and I used toy on you in front of a room full of people.
Absolutely.
And they were that was like I've never seen. It was like literally Walking Dead coming up to us with except with cocks out, like, oh, touch me. It was kind of creepy.
Yeah.
But we had figured out what ours was, so it went through that phase. And I think on that same trip, we then went to the glory holes, and that was I
There's
think
that
that
room
was
in the back of the theater that we went.
yeah.
to.
Well, that was after. So we went to the glory holes. In the glory holes, there was a lot of gay activity happening. So they weren't really interested in you. They were hoping that I was more ready to play. And so then we went back into the theater. And that was when the poor little man.
But he knew that we were going. He had messaged
He-
us because we had put it out there that we were going. So I think it's very important, especially if you're doing something like a glory hole, considering the type of crowd they usually get.
Yes, bring your own toys.
Bring your own accompaniment.
Bring your own guys, because a lot of the glory hole is male. And it's kind of the you don't know what's on the other side,
Right.
kind of. At least you can fake yourself, and it's honestly because there's not a lot of women that are into that and on just a random Wednesday evening.
Right.
But that's fine. I mean, to each everyone's own. It was a very sexually charged area, but the like we had a couple different, and if you remember the guy in the back of the theater room, where the first time you actually had sex, is we had hoped we were having sex a couple times in the private rooms in the glory hole area, and it didn't work. One gave you oral, and one you gave oral.
Right.
And it was amazing, and it was a next level thing, but actual, cock in vagina penetration that didn't happen until that last time. And then we didn't go back again because we had the glory hole thing was kind of off-putting.
Yeah, I was stressed to the freaking nines.
Oh,
I couldn't get anyone.
Yeah, there was no cock coming.
There was no cock coming.
And so when we went back to the theater, that's where the straight guys were apparently, and we went in these little back rooms that were so dark you didn't see anything. But that kind of added to it.
Exactly.
We were there. So, but it's gone all the way like from that progression, and then we learned, okay, well, we didn't enjoy that. We went to private meets, which, given a choice, I would tell everybody, don't do private meets to start off until you get your game a little better.
Exactly.
I would go to parties. but that's just worked for us.
And the reason that parties worked for us is because of the fact that it was a target rich environment. Everybody knew what they were there for.
Yeah.
And we were able to, from that, find people who were very interested in actually meeting.
Yes, very much so. They and I think it was very, I'm not on your side, but to have people that were straight up into you, where there was not even a question mark that sex together was going to work.
Absolutely.
Like it was on the table.
Mhm.
And we just, I don't know, maybe we're just too old. We just were like, we don't have time for dating.
Yeah.
Like, fuck that. And we're weird because there's a lot of people that are like, how could you, how could, and because I don't need it.
I don't need romance.
And yeah, I need safety,
Mhm.
comfort. And that's why we adapted. We may be missing out on people, but it works really well for us. In our area, hotel parties literally happen every weekend, and we found a party promoter that goes every other weekend. So we're literally meeting 20 guys that all are at least interested in what we're into. And then if we find one that is actually, that is at least somewhat intriguing, we go. Exactly. And we book another one. And private meets and meeting even any like our full-time bowl. It's been through, we tell people straight up, we don't meet one-on-one. And that's what our adaptation has been. And it's been awesome.
I cannot say enough how much the parties. Okay, so I'm going to say something from my standpoint. When you are a BBW, when you are a big woman, there are a lot of fears that you're not going to be what they're looking for when they finally show up. So when we go to these parties and these men prove that they are attracted and want to play, it makes it so much easier to be comfortable in my own skin.
Yeah.
And that's how actually, that's why the parties worked in the beginning for me so well, is because of the fact that I really felt safe in my attractiveness.
Yeah.
Because there's always that fear. I mean, you're a woman and you grow up with a Barbie doll and you know what women are supposed to look like. And that doesn't actually translate to the real world, but it kind of, you feel like it's translated to the world one way or the other. So, and that the parties being able to give me access to people who were interested in fucking me and then they did fuck me and some of them were fucking awesome at it, it gave me the opportunity to say, hey, let's see if we can't set something up with them and put it in a more casual, like in a more intimate setting, a more less people, more details.
It's the one-on-ones are where the filming comes from and
Our content.
and our all that evolves from. But it's based on just having comfort. If you're not comfortable, it's gonna suck.
Absolutely.
But you're also really not good at slow down. It's not your thing. So parties are real good for that as well. Because usually they say we're going to give the directions or the instructions at 8, and by 8:02 you're naked. And so that's kind of worked for you as well.
I'm on a mission.
Beth, we have little time. We're older. We want to go home.
I need to
and we need to get fucked and food and home, and that's our quest for those evenings at the party.
Absolutely.
And then fucked again.
Fucked again, exactly.
Yes, but we're getting ready for our party now.
So we should go.
We should go. Well, thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming on. I really appreciate it.